Hello again. I think it's finally time to crack open this free Bible. I picked this up several months ago when we visited Amish country, and I found this in a thrift shop, a Mennonite thrift shop. Found a stack of these still in their wrapper. New Testament Authorized Version update. And it's been in its wrapping since, and I think it's time to see what it's got in there. All right, no ceremony or anything. Let's just dig right in here. Okay, so my guess is this is going to be the King James or Authorized version that they have updated the language in, but it's not a new translation. That's my guess. There's the ISBN for anyone interested. Let's see what we got. I thought it was going to be a cloth cover, but it's imitation leather over board. Blue, gold foil here, New Testament, Authorized Version Update, and the ISBN. That's all the info on the outside. Standard white, no gilding of any type. We've got kind of a yellow headband and tailband. And to my eyes, it looks, I can see signatures there, so that must be sewn. That's interesting. Still has the new Bible smell and stiffness. I'm not used to opening up new Bibles on this channel. Okay, let's lock this exposure a little bit. Okay, New Testament, Authorized Version Update, Goshen, Indiana. Okay, makes me think maybe a Mennonite produced book. Copyright 2006, AVU Publishers. P.O. Box 1035, Goshen, Indiana. The Authorized Version of the Bible has been acknowledged as the most widely read and cherished version of the Scriptures ever produced. It has been acclaimed as unequaled in literary and poetic structure. However, in recent times, the Authorized Version has been largely ignored and replaced by newer translations because much of its language is archaic and the grammatical structure is awkward and often incomprehensible to contemporary readers. Okay, so basically cutting a lot out here. From what I can tell, this is an argument for using the Byzantine as text as the basis for translation and applauding the Authorized Version for using that and not going with the Westcott and Hort, which obviously wasn't available to the translators of the Authorized Version, but is now, and the editors here are basically making the argument for why they would keep the Byzantine as the basis for their translation. All right, so let's get to something familiar. We're approaching Advent. Let's go to the beginning of Luke. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that the entire world should be taxed. This taxing first occurred when Cyrenius was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, everyone to his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth into Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary, his promised wife, being great with child. Well, to my ears, that sounds awfully King Jamesy. This book is not going to stay open on its own. Here I'm using another King James, another thrift store King James. And what am I looking for? Luke 2. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, every one into his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary his espoused wife, being great with child. So yeah, I think that's exactly what they've done. The introduction there didn't really give a description of how they came up with this text of the Bible, but clearly they've just taken the King James and updated the wording, and it sounds like got rid of the parenthetical text that's in the Authorized version, so that's interesting. The paper of this is like you'd find in a novel, basically. It's there's no sheen to it. It's opaque, so it's easy to read. I don't know in terms of longevity how that's going to hold up, but there's nothing in the way of extras here at all. Very little explanation for what this version was intended to be, and nothing at the end. No little index or concordance or dictionary or maps or anything of the sort. So a little bit of a sorry, I bumped the camera there. A little bit of a disappointment there. I'll read around in it and see how I like it. It's like the New King James Version if you just didn't really want to change hardly anything at all, I guess, is the feeling I'm getting. But I had to find out, it was in a wrapper and it was free. You can't turn things like that down. So if any of you have any experience with this, let me know. And maybe we'll take a look at this other thrift store King James Bible next. And hope you will join me then.